Yeah, good evening. I'm your host, Don Armando. So, welcome to Open Topics with Don Armando. This is really an impromptu stream. So, there's a lot of stuff that I've been doing within the week. So, I haven't really been able to do live streams like that. But, if anybody wants to show love, I'll be here and available. Yo, thank you. Lo mío, ya tú sabes. Yo, shout out to my homies, Santiago Mafia. Yeah, what's up, Batsland? Been busy within the week. Well, I'm not gonna really be saying what I was doing, but you know, been busy. I'll tell you a story about this guy right here, Santiago Peña. This guy was so famous in New York that he had a whole bunch of idiots hating on him because he took a picture uh with the female at the time, and and a lot of dudes were actually hating on him because he took a picture on the female. So before he went to Dominican Republic, I had the pleasure of meeting him or bumping into him in the Dominican parade. I think it was like around '08 or '09. And I could actually say that he's a good dude. Even though I don't know Santiago, the city Santiago like that, I'd love to go and visit my dude the next time I go to the Dominican Republic. So shout out to my homie Santiago Peña. Axland Warrior. Doing me. Now, where I'm at right now is like, well, it's raining, so that's what it is. And today I'm just I guess it's gonna be a very short stream because I got stuff to do afterwards. I know that some of my haters they suck. So that's what I'm just doing. Just chillaxing, just playing with the cats and whatever. Ah, please. I mean, they can't really do anything if I block them. It's just that certain people forget that people have a life outside of YouTube. So technically, I have a life outside of YouTube. So none of these so-called people are really gonna do anything because at the end of the day, they're not they're not that powerful. If you keep secret, if you maintain a YouTube life and your personal life. Nobody is really going to know what your personal life is if you don't really advertise it. The only thing that these people know about me is that I'm married. But yet, it's funny because it looks like that a lot of these losers, they're just they come with the most hatred just because a person is married or a person is doing better than them. So for them to go around and say, "Yeah, we're gonna run you out for YouTube," okay, but you can't even run off a person in real life. So that tells me a whole bunch about you. I mean, hopefully you don't like as far as this topic is. I'm just gonna actually try to buy new equipment so therefore I could sound better. So therefore, and then on top of it, I might just buy some foam so therefore I could block out any outside noise. Because right now I'm actually doing this from my cell phone and the comfort of well, I'll just say my office. So as of right now, I'm just gonna try to make some new improvements. Maybe get some new tools and hopefully try to do some more worthwhile interviews. I'm saying on the music scene because not only I'm going to actually try to focus on Dominican artists, but I want to try to focus on the South American artists that are trying to use their music to make a difference. And instead of promoting what an agenda is within the country, they're trying to actually help their people. So one question I got to ask Atalan Warrior: how is the Indigenous podcast going along? I mean, I think I follow y'all on IG or something like that, but I'm not too sure because I know that there's a lot of people that actually say that they're Indigenous podcasts, but I had to make sure which one is which. I mean, hey, that's their lifestyle. It's not mine though. I mean, it's funny, right? Talking about some of these individuals, right? They want to actually make big claims of that they're the representative of their neighborhoods. But yeah, I could go to their neighborhoods and I don't see them. So that means that their hatred of people who are actually more successful than them. I'm talking about people that actually have a have a personal life which is actually active in YouTube. I'm talking about people that have children, people who have their businesses and such. So instead of y'all going around and you could go and have a whole bunch of people support you, you could say the racist stuff and call yourself a Republican or anything like that. But yeah, I don't see none of them make Republican style money. They're like, yeah, we're we support the cops and all this stuff. But if you was to get stopped by a cop and slapped up, you would you actually be repping the Republican Party? Let's be honest. Or would you actually be repping another party? Let's be honest. I mean, you see a lot of these so-called race TikTokers and race YouTubers capping. And I'm not talking about the Latino collective only. I'm talking about the I'm talking about people who are just doing race talks. So it's it's very funny. And you know what? Shout out to the homie Blazing King. And one thing I have to say, if you want to, I want anybody who's actually listening to follow Atslon and Blazing King because their content is actually good. And most of the time, I can actually say about Blazing King is that he actually held his own when it was that that fat Brooklyn night. Well, that's what I call him. He was trying to use the term half breeds and everything like that. The last thing, if you're gonna call anybody a half breed, is that you actually just um you're actually describing dogs. Don't go around and try to say, yeah, you're a half breed to a human being because 9 times out of 10, this shows how much education you actually have. And me personally, it shows how disrespectful a person is because you cannot even take that person out on in an event with that person saying, "Yeah, I'm a half breed. I'm a Republican, and yeah, I don't like nothing because I got a bad life." I mean, you got to admit there are clowns, and we live amongst them. We got clowns that smell like poop. I'm just being honest. You got clowns that their mind is filled with so much poop. You will hear certain stuff that sounds funny when actually is it's not. I mean, think about it. I'm not gonna. I came on. I'm not gonna say that I'm the actual YouTuber. I just came on because I saw something that was very offensive, and 9 times out of 10, I don't go around looking to diss people or anything like that. I'm just doing my own. I'm being on my own lane. But yet, you have certain people that will try to say, "Yeah, we don't like them. We don't like this." So my channel is like maybe 243 subscribers. Okay, so you have certain people who have more subscribers than me. So if I have 243 subscribers, and I just try to make sure that my channel is an open place for everybody, why are all these so-called high subscriber counts is so threatened by me? I mean, it's to the point that it's like it's like all these people they want to go and use the doxing mechanism and everything like that. I mean, just go just do this. If you don't like my content, step up to my face. Go around and actually have a sudden discord, or we just go and we talk. Until then, you want to do all this sneaky stuff and everything like that. You want to go and try to call CPS on people's children and all this other stuff just because you don't like what I'm saying on my own channel, or or you don't like stuff which is said on any channel. I could do a segment with anybody that I talk to in my personal life, right? The next thing you know, they'll try to dox me and that person just because I just don't go and fit with their crazy narrative. At the end of the day, and I was talking to certain people that, because I'm not going to give them no airplay right here because this is a positive channel. But if a person or persons want to go and gang up, if you taking all the energy just to gang up on one person just because you don't like what they're saying, maybe you could go around and have that same energy and just do a job. Or better yet, make a corporation. So that way you could actually be heard. But no, you want to go around and dox people. You want to go find the information like you're the secret agent. 9 times out of 10, you will never see that person in the face. And you want to go leave out their documents and stuff like that. He's like, yes, I'm an alpha male. No, you're not. You just make yourself look like a piece of crap every day. Come on. We we're supposed to be adults, but people still want to play nursery, want to have nursery rhymes mentality when it comes to opinions. I ain't got time for it. Pitiful. Of course, Blazing. I mean, like, shoot. One thing I could actually say is that Blazing always show love. You know what I mean? He actually his page is actually insightful, and you could actually learn something. Prior to me, yeah, all right, I'm back. Prior to me actually being on YouTube, I did not know that some of these categories, when it refers to mixed people, actually existed. I did not know what an MGM was, which is multi generational mixed. I didn't know that certain people called themselves the Golden Fear. And I did not know a lot of stuff. I was actually quite ignorant to it. So right now, I know some of the people and some of the folks. Some of the folks that I've met that have actually shown me love and respect, and some people who I will not name because my platform is not about that. They could try. They have tried to say that they're gonna do whatever whatsoever. Remind you, I never just did nothing, and certain people they just don't like who I have on my show. The last time I checked, the United States is not a dictatorship. Maybe it is to some people. Maybe it's not. But the way that I was raised, I thought that the United States was you could be free to say anything and everything. So if a person does not like you, if I have a person that you do not like, he's like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. For what? A person don't even care about you. He just having a platform. So therefore, you want to go and say all these nasty stuff for a person that you do not know or a person that you think you know. When 9 times out of 10, the person don't care about you. They're just doing a show. So I don't see. This is one thing I don't get with doctors. Doctors could do all this stuff. You will never do this to a real gangster. I don't see doctors do this to gangsters. I don't see doctors doing that to anybody who is who's part of a street organization. I mean, like it's just funny. And then on top of it, you have a whole bunch of people that they want to actually say what they're doing whatsoever. I mean, they want to they want, and it's funny because you have certain people who are content creators who are known as turncoats. So most of their turncoat activities is that they actually tell people they sell people a dream. They sell people, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, whatsoever. And shout out to Don Jose right here. And I mean, shoot. I mean, I'm just gonna say this. There are a lot of people within the Latin American collective that are that that they go both ways. Their wife don't know about it. They'll think that they're the macho man or they go into the gym and everything like that. But little that they know, their wife will know that they actually engage in a harmful lifestyle that is not that their wife may or may not approve of. And then after that, When the woman, I feel sorry for the women because if the woman actually get a STI from that cheating spouse, then everything is revealed. I've heard this story like countless of times. It's sickening. So I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the link and let's see what happens. All right. So how you doing, Don Jose?
Good afternoon. I'm doing okay.
Yeah, crazy. Wow. I mean, for all the stuff to make a AI voice of, and I'm just, and me personally, I'm thinking about using like the commercial voiceovers to tell stories or whatever. And I'm trying to use like my platform and see if I could do that. But that's crazy. But other than that, Don Jose, I'm chilling like in I'm just chilling in the cave. The cat just looking all silent and everything like that. I think she wants me to feed her. So, I'm just doing this impromptu stream because I've been busy within the week because I've been doing a lot of stuff. So
You hear me?
I was like, okay, let me just do this impromptu stream where I think that I won't go and coincide with anybody else's schedule.
Hello?
So yeah, I'm here. Yo, Don Jose, I'm thinking about something, and I've been hearing this from a lot of content creators. I think we have to get the Blue Yeti, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, because with Blue Yeti, that's what certain content creators who are in the thousands mark, that's what they use. So I actually be on their Discord sometimes. So these are guys are just regular guys. They play the games and stuff, but they're actually respectful. So I was like, okay, what microphone do these successful YouTubers use? So there was like one thing is on Blue Yeti. So I think I'm about to use that in the future whenever I get my new room set up with all my soundproof paneling, etc.
Yeah.
So is it
Yeah.
raining in the Bronx right now? All right.
By any chance, did you hear
Don Jose, I think you're breaking up. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, I know Don Jose. He might be having technical difficulties, but the show must go on. Don Jose, you there?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I'll try
You
to
were saying if I happen to hear about
bounce
something.
that back in.
All right.
Yeah, that I did
Hmm.
last night.
I didn't. Oh, I only saw like the playback, but I didn't really see all of it because I was really busy last night. Tell you the truth, with my new endeavors and all.
Okay.
But but I know I heard a little bit with Gigi, so I caught a little bit of the playback.
Actually, why it got okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Uh, uh can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Okay. Well, things went off the wagon completely in last night's stream.
All right.
There was a lot. There was a lot of. I did try. I did. It was like I was up top,
Right.
and well, you're just gonna have to see. You're just gonna have to see the stream for yourself and judge it for yourself.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it's like since I was
Now,
so did your stream go left because there was a lot of foul language, or there was a lot of how should I say, internal conflicts that we don't know about.
No, one, okay, okay. There was a lot of artists now. Look, I mean, look, in all fairness, uh, I could have like mute people or like put it in the backstage. I did not want to go there because I thought if I simply say, let's change the subject or let's not discuss it, that would be enough. Unfortunately, it was not enough.
I got you.
Mm. I mean, look, I mean, let me tell you something. There is a lot of guilt to be going that can go around. Okay, I don't want to get into the who's guilty, who's whatever, because let's just say there was a lot of guilt to go around. Okay, what I will say is the following: that perhaps it was an error on my part not muting people because I thought if I simply said, um, let's change the subject, my request would have been granted. Unfortunately, it just kept going on. Particularly when it comes to come time, when it comes to the issues of slavery and who got the worst treatment and what have you. And there was unfortunate words that was being said, and I tried my best to to correct everybody, but it was a pure mess. It was a pure mess, and I'm good at this point. I'm gonna be I don't at this point I don't know what to do. But somehow I'm supposed to, okay, but I am how responsible for all this when people choose not to honor my request to drop the subject.
I mean, if you actually look at it, if anybody, if anybody is not gonna on your request to change the subject or change their language or whatever, it's on them. It's not on you. And then second of all, if anybody's
Hmm.
gonna blame you for anything or everything or whatsoever like that, when somebody, one thing that I've learned is that when somebody's wrong, they'll try to manipulate their actions or whatever so have you to what they to what they to what their narrative is. But the fact is they're not going to go and tell you what narrative that they're wrong. So if a person just said that they're wrong, yeah, just become wrong and then just go on. Certain people just don't be like that, or they want to go and play the blame game. At the end of the day, if you see that it's a there's a manipulative attack, just sit there and see. Because people who use manipulative attacks, they're either going to try to get their own gain, or they're trying to not change the subject, but it's a tactic that a lot of people have used over the centuries. So we have to spot all these manipulative attacks when we see some. So, and that's what I've actually been seeing in these YouTube or social media streets. You got somebody I could go and say as night as day, I am who I am, and it was like, oh no, you're not. You're this and that. So, and one manipulative tactic that I've seen in my year of being a TikTok content creator is that people will try to use your own words against you and then try to flip it to their narrative. Like earlier this year, I I went and I went
Yeah.
on a guy's platform. I said where I was, and me and that person, we had like a good discord. Then after that, the next day, I'm just minding my own business. Just actually woke up that day, and then all of a sudden, that person's calling me out just because I had a certain person on my channel. The last thing is that I could have anybody I want on my channel, and then two, I was not agreeing or disagreeing with that person said. That person was telling their life story. So when that person was telling that life story, I was being called a Duke, somebody called Duke or something like that. And it's like to the point that it's like, I'm like, are you for real? So when I heard that how certain individuals get down in these YouTube streets, and while they're talking their stuff and they're having like their whole diatribe about moi, I could actually say that at that time my subscriber count went up a little bit, and 9 times out of 10, I blocked these individuals that was talking because at the end of the day, I'm here to create content. I'm not here to go play elementary school with these content creators. And if a person doesn't respect that, and you want to talk about all these alliances and everything like that, when the fact is, some of these alliances are so fragile because you don't meet the person in actual time. If you have an alliance with the person that you meet face to face, it's more viable than a social media presence or a fake alliance. Because for what I've seen, all these alliances that people have against each other, they tend to break down for a certain time, especially when you don't go to that person's host city or country. So therefore, all the people that have come against us or whatever are now beefing with themselves or whatsoever. Because you know why? They forgot. They don't have the training on being diplomatic. They don't have business training or whatsoever. So therefore, they thinking that they're gonna do whatever and whatsoever when the fact is they don't know how to actually start or maintain a friendship or a partnership. Let alone these people, these content creators, the low level ones, don't even know how to start a business. So you're gonna see this time and time again.
Mhm.
And then when you see this time and time again, when you're trying to make a brand or whatever have you, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that will come around. You might need soundproofing if you're gonna do like a podcast or whatever. You might know people. I'm trying to have one of my revered guests, who I'm not going to say because he's a top social media influencer. All he does is talk about history. And this guy happens to be my sister's personal friend.
Yeah.
So you might have seen him on TikTok and everything like that. And I will talk to you about him behind the scenes. So with that said, when I when we actually if I actually have a meeting with this person, I'm like, okay, this is what we like. How did you do this? How did we do this? Because I know that you're an educated individual. So therefore, if I get the platform on whatsoever, he's actually on my friends list, by the way, on Facebook, Don Jose. So therefore, if you add him, I think we will be more.
Yes.
I think we'll be more successful because he's actually he's an actual dude. He works hard and everything like that. He got a family. He's not really in a place which is well known, but with his platforms, he actually has made a good thing. So therefore, he was like, "Yo, if I could do it, y'all could do it." So I think we just need to I think we're just gonna be like, okay, it is what it is. Just 1 second.
Hmm.
All right, so I'm back. And I don't know who's forever neutral is. So I mean, I guess I'll
I
have
don't
to
mind.
see the playback. So let's see, because with I'm just gonna say this. In this month of June, between May and June has been a lot of eventful happenings. So with that said, I'm not gonna go and feed into the negativity. But I know that certain uh people that I have encountered within these negative streets or whatever have you, they're not they're not really mentally strong. And it shows because
Yeah.
if you one thing which is funny is that when you try to go and destroy a person's character through the internet or let alone actually go to that person's city to try to stalk them, call the police on people, so therefore they could actually get kicked out of their residences, etc. But yet they want to they want to do all of this, and then on top of it, we know that certain people have alliances around here. So this is one thing I'm just gonna say: when the CPS was called on a content creator by another content creator, and then you have certain people that are, oh, they were actually acting like they were outraged. We all know that some of these people they actually work together. So that outrage and everything like that may not really serve you that well if you're really secretly working with each other and y'all have each other on each other's discords, laughing about it, about what you did to that person. I see that going on. I seen and I've heard that a lot. So with that said, if I meet you personally and you and I we could talk or whatever, yeah, we're gonna talk. But if you don't like anything that I've said and you want to make a secret group about me, go ahead. Because 9 times out of 10, I don't care.
Yeah.
And I'm making my and if y'all having me in your mouths, it's gonna help me. It's gonna help me further because who's this person? Who's that person? This, that, and the third. I'm not mentioning people. I'm just mentioning facts.
Yeah. It looks like I lost 9 subs regarding what happened with the stream.
Well, guess what? If this is one thing that I've seen and I'm trying to do, apply to just focus on the different geographical area, and then you could and you could regain those streams. I mean, those subscribers. Because think about it.
Yeah.
There's certain people that you might appeal to in the East Coast, but people in the East Coast and down South don't show you love. Appeal to the people to the West Coast. Appeal to people that you know that have scholarly degrees and everything like that. So there's a guy that I'm like, yo, if people don't want to subscribe, hey, that's their loss. You're gonna still be you, and you're still genuine. So one thing that I've seen because of content creators and directors, if you really want to go and get like more subscribers, you have to do hashtags about world events or something like that. You know, something that could draw people in, and then again, you could actually draw back certain or more subscribers depending on what it is. So, for example,
Yeah. First of all, I'm sorry.
all right, first of all, I say within our culture, you know, there's crowds. So therefore, okay, we talk to a person,
Yes.
we talk to a person, we talk to a person. Yeah. So therefore, differentiate. Talk to somebody that, or just have an interview with a person that is outside your norm, right? So therefore, when you have that interview, you actually that interview is actually a conversation of what that person is. As you know, that's what I did with the head MGTOW himself, um, JD Miles. Now, JD Miles and I started looking at his channel and everything like that. And you know, he's funny, he's energetic, but he's passionate. Now, I don't know nothing about his movement. So I was like, you know what? I tried to do it in the beginning, but I was like, nah, I didn't know how to really do it. But it's a good thing that me and him we actually had that sit down, we had that conversation, and he let me know more about MGTOW from what other detractors or stuff that I've actually read, which are actually unbaseless rumors about that man. So with that said, you have to have like, okay, you know me and whoever you interact with. Yeah. Okay. So interact with somebody outside the spectrum. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm talking about outside of what we
Yeah.
talk about. Like like change it up, like business,
Mm-hmm.
nature, whatever. So therefore when you talk to that person is and then he lets you know is a form of self-education. So that's what
Yeah.
that's what we actually
Uh,
are
yeah.
about.
Yeah. I was going to do a stream in regards to the biracial community and dealing with, the issues and what have you. I hate to say this, but I'm not doing that stream
All right.
because if I'm gonna be held responsible for something that happened when I mean basically the only thing I was but no but I mean everybody or just put everybody in the backstage.
All right.
But if this is going to be the result, I'm not. Look, I am too old for this, and maybe I need to rethink about whether or not I want to be dealing with that side of the community.
All right. So therefore this is what you do. And this is what I'm saying. If people want to do whatsoever, let's put it like this. What my advice is to you, Don Jose, is that okay? They have their spectrum. I respect their spectrum. We concerning our culture are a part of that spectrum anyway. But but if people want to hold you accountable over something that they did, um, one thing that I'm going to say is this: is that people want to do whatever. Like I told you, go outside your norm. What I'm saying is your norm is the people that you
Yeah.
hang with. I'm talking about reach out to other communities or somebody outside the United States. Let's say England,
Mm-hmm.
Germany, somebody or Israel. You get what I'm trying to say? And I guarantee you will have more subscribers than you lost. So therefore, I haven't really been doing the stream like that because between me and you, I told you behind the scenes of what I'm doing within my personal life. So with that said, that's why I
Okay.
haven't been doing whatsoever because I've been setting up a lot of other stuff. Another thing that I'm trying to that we have to talk about is that if all these content creators is using this mic to make their fan base, I think we have to level up as well. So you and I will have to invest in a Blue Yeti mic for the time being. What's your
Yeah.
thoughts about that?
Yeah. Something I would consider, but first of all, addressing to what the excellent warrior said. First of all, and I have never planned to interview that individual. Okay, no, I have no issues with him. That was never something that was contemplating. Uh, I did was planning to do a stream where I was gonna ask certain members of the biracial community to share their own experiences and what have you. I'm not going to do that. So what I'll do is I'll pick a different topic, and if people if people are going to disassociate themselves with me for whatever reason, it is their choice.
And perfectly said, Don Jose.
But I will be.
You know what? Talking
Yeah, go ahead.
about
I'm sorry.
something. Talking about something. It, like by next week, I think like maybe Thursday or Friday. No, actually, it's gonna be Thursday. I have to do something within the city or something like that. You're working on Thursday?
Yeah,
All right. So yeah. So we talk behind the scenes about that.
yeah, I will. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be making a public statement. First of all, I'm just gonna say the following. It was unfortunate what happened. A lot of people say some things. If they're gonna hold, if they're gonna hold me responsible, that's their choice. If they choose not to associate themselves with me, that is that choice. I mean, when everything is said and done, but it's just that if you were to see the stream itself, I mean, the only thing I could have done was basically mute people, and I thought if I mute, put people in the backstage, it would have made it worse.
Right.
Actually, what I try to do is I try to cover topics where everyone can relate to everyday issues. Um, and you know, at this point, at this point, I really don't know what to say. But
I
literally, the
mean,
only other option I would have was to put people on mute or put people on mute or put them in the backstage. That what happened is it would escalate the situation even further.
right. Yeah. I mean, it just, to me, is this. You have certain people that, I share I share my lives with or anything like that. They ain't going to go and follow me. I know that, but I share it anyway because let's see what happens. But some of these content creators, I don't really take seriously. And I'm just going to tell you why. We could talk about the same things, right? And we could switch it up. But we're getting into pointless arguments over stuff. Okay, stay to the topic. Be respectful. That's it. That's how people did it back in the 1960s till early 2000s, right? So now, if I'm going to have a debate with you, Don Jose, and I say, yeah, well, I don't like how you said it. I'm like, okay, so, but you said what you had to say. No no personal gains because we're actually talking about a topic. So my things is this for anybody who's actually listening. If you feel butthurt or you feel triggered by me of whatever I say as far as the Latino collective, who I am or anything like that, you could feel free to disagree and leave. Don't go around and make secret groups about me and talking about me. And then on top of it, you think you're going to get my respect. Because 9 times out of 10, you're not. The reason why is nobody respects weaklings mentally. You're mental weaklings. I'm going to go around and dedicate my time to slandering you. You're beneath me. And if I'm supposed to be beneath you, you're making a group to try to dox under other individuals just because you didn't like what they said, or you have no, you don't like the person that they have on their show. That makes you a weakling. I don't care what you're going to do. One thing I'm just going to say is this: don't go. This is you. These are the YouTube streets, and I have my personal life. If you want to go and infringe on my personal life just because of what I said in the YouTube streets, you want. This is for any content creator that believes in doing that. You and I are going to have problems, and 9 times out of 10, do not want to have problems with me. That's all I'm saying. So with that adage, certain people could take it how they could take it, but let's be honest. Some of these some of these people who actually engage in immature behavior on here don't have the mental fitness to actually come and destroy people. because at the end of the day, they'll do whatsoever and what's and make their secret groups and everything. I don't care no more. I'm just living my life, and I'm just gonna do what's best for me or what's best for my brand, and that's how I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have a topic on Friday night, but it's not gonna be on the biracial, multiracial community because it'll be something else. And maybe I need to start thinking about avoiding the whole community as a whole.
I mean, you are who you are, but this is what I'm saying. If you see that certain stuff is becoming negative, fall back. I'm gonna be truthful. I fall back from a lot of stuff. I watch the streams. I comment. I might be on a panel or one or two, but it's not like before. Because at the end of the day, if you see that your time is too invested in negativity, I just leave and that's it. So me personally, I'm gonna try. I think I might try to do a topic on foods or something like that, or me and my wife's favorite restaurant. So I might just try to do videos about that, and then maybe once I get like my gear or whatsoever, I might just try to see if I could record Cat's Deli because I'm from New York and I never ate there a day in my life. Have you, Don Jose?
Yeah.
Wow. Um, from what I heard, you have to wake up early in the mornings for that Cat's Deli. So let's see.
Yeah. But all I'm gonna say is you take a look at the stream itself, um, to see how it, to see how it went down.
All right.
And yeah, and I think I think at this point I will be making some sort of some sort of a statement. Basically, first of all, that, stating, look, what happened was very unfortunate.
All right.
Okay, and you know, and I did try to have the topic just change, and I even look stuff to try to try to change the narrative.
Right.
Okay, but I can't look. There's certain individual who made some choices which was which was regrettable.
Right.
And when everything is said, and when everything is said and done, unfortunately, it happened under my watch.
Right. Got you.
But yeah, but but no. I mean, hey, people can question my integrity. People can question my loyalty. You know what? That's fine. Okay.
Right.
But maybe at this, but maybe at this point, maybe I should start dealing with the biracial community completely.
Right. I mean, do it. This one thing I'm gonna instruct you, Don Jose. Do whatever
Yeah.
you can do to make sure that don't. destroy your mental peace. So if you feel that you might need to do that to return your mental peace, do it, because certain people might be mad or whatever, but guess what? Your mental peace is everything. So with that said,
Yeah.
you have to do and you have to do you in certain cases, because if you want to have like the life you live in or the mental peace or whatever, you might have to go around and cut off some negative influences from the root. Now if a person is mad about that, okay. But then if that person is your really supports you, they'll understand, and then they might have to change. But if they don't want to change their mentality or anything like that, well, you have to cut them off. Is for your mental peace. So you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So
I agree.
well,
I
yeah.
agree.
Well, I'm about to close. I'm about to close this stream because I'm gonna do certain stuff today and everything like that. But I just went up and I just had this impromptu stream. So hopefully on Tuesday I'll do a stream about geography or something like that. So stay tuned with that. And shout out to everybody that actually went and looked at my stream. So
Okay.
you have any closing words, Don Jose?
Thank you.
All right.
So, just just a huge shout out to everyone on on the chat and everyone that's going to see the stream. So I'm gonna depart. Thank you very much for allowing me on your platform.
Anytime, Don Jose, you always welcome on my platform.
Thank you. Take care.
You're welcome. You too.
Bye.
Bye. Well, this was an impromptu stream. I hope certain people got something out of it. So I'll try to make more streams. Stay tuned. With that said, I'm your host, Don Armando, and this is Open Topics with Don Armando.